Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Chris and Tammy here, coming to you live from Toronto, Canada. And today we have a wonderful, wonderful agenda for you in utilizing ChatGPT in conjunction with our lead capture system in GotBackup. And before we begin, I'd like to welcome everybody here. Let's start from the top. Bakshi, welcome from Bangladesh. And Enionam, welcome from Accra, Ghana. Solomon, welcome. Great to see you here. And let's see here. We have Kim from Florida. Welcome. I think Solomon from Accra, Ghana, right? I think. Let's see here. Benjamin, welcome. Great to see you here. Bruce and MC from Bruce from Florida. And we have MC from Texas. And Esther from Accra, Ghana. Welcome. Let's see here. We're Murray from Panama. And funny, we were watching yesterday the series, what's that called? Prison Break. And they're in Panama right now. It's actually really, really cool. Okay, let's see here. We have here Analita from South Africa. Welcome. We have Beverly from Virginia. And Christopher, Virginia, welcome. We have friend from Ghana. We have Windsor from Quebec. Bienvenue, Windsor. Let's see here. We have Joseph from Nigeria. Welcome, Joseph. Awesome. We haven't been in Nigeria since, I think it was in 2023, November.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We have Vodunu. Welcome from Accra, Ghana. Gaetano from the UK. Welcome. Guylaine, bonjour. Guylaine Dupont de Quebec. We have Frank from Hawaii. We have Leon Russell from Hawaii. Welcome.
Ohio.
Sorry, that's my French speaking from time to time. Sorry, guys. Okay, so we have Jacob here from Ghana. We have Stay in your peace. Good morning. Great to see you here. Okay, let's see here. We have Deborah. We have Niaz, Pakistan. Awesome. Great to see you here. We have Muda Siru. Welcome from Ghana. And let's see here. Cornelius, welcome from Bolgatanga, Ghana. And I'm working on my pronunciation here, guys. You're making me work this morning. We have here Referee, welcome from Adelaide. Great to see you here. Melanie, we can go on here. We have Niaz, we have Isra, we have Solomon. I saw you, Solomon. Mark
today.
Steven, you say yes. Awesome. Okay, Tammy. So let's get started here. So, folks, again, this morning, our agenda is in reference to using ChatGPT, creating engaging email for your GotBackup prospect. And what I'd like to do right now, just start from the beginning. For some of you that really don't know, and by the way, Tammy, you removed your share screen, so you're gonna have to do that again. So, and once it's up, I'll be able to put it up. So for now, I'm gonna share my screen, and let's remove this one and add this one. Here we are. Okay, this is my ChatGPT account. Now, I am using a paid version. You do not need to pay for this. It's entirely up to you. Tammy and I use this for everything we do, from personal emails to trainings to courses to everything. And so you can see here that there's multiple versions. I believe that the free version, if I recall, it was probably let's see what else is there. Yeah, it was probably version 3. And again, you can check this out. And what I recommend that you do, let me just get the link here for you guys that may not have used ChatGPT just as of yet. I'm just going to copy this and put it right into the chat for your convenience. Of course, it didn't take the whole thing. Let me try this again. Okay, Control C. Okay. So I just posted the link here. So feel free to go there, and it's going to ask you to create an account, and it's very straightforward. Okay. And if you need more information on ChatGPT, I did a little search for you setting up ChatGPT on YouTube. Okay. And what I tend to look for is accounts that I can see here, 428,000 views. That's 10 months ago. So it's a little older. This one is 2 years ago, 5 million views. So obviously there's content here. And again, even though it's a bit older, the basics could be very helpful for you. Another thing that you can do, if you go under filters, you can say, I want to see anything from this year, right? So this year. So then it's going to filter for this year. So this is 10 months ago. That's 4 months ago, right? 624,000 views. So obviously these guys have solid channels and they provide some great information. This is how I gauge where I'm going to spend time. This one is 63,000 views. Again, it's not that it's not as good. It maybe doesn't have as much pull yet. He's, growing his channel. You can see that this guy, we see him quite often here, 529,000 views 6 months ago. Again, folks, just educate yourself from these guys, right? And this is what Time and I do. Now we're very self.
Yeah. Just quickly, Chris, Solomon was saying that the font looks very blurred. So,
yeah, that could be your. For me here, the transmission is perfect. So I don't have any control, Solomon. So it could be your internet service. It just takes a few seconds for you to have a full resolution. Keep in mind that these sessions are recorded, which, by the way, I'm just going to point this out right here while we're here right now. I'm just going to do a search for the GVO channel, which is this one over here, and just point out that if you go under your playlist and you select, let's see, GotBackup team training sessions, you go to full playlist. It's this one over here. You can see right now it's live. So this is being recorded, and this is where you can actually find past recordings. Okay, so just for your information, they are all here. Okay, just started pointing this out to you. So don't worry if you miss something, if it's not clear, if it's blurry, don't worry about it. And that's probably correct, Gaetano. It's possible that you may not have to change your resolution. But again, folks, don't worry about it. The recording is perfectly fine. Okay, now back to this. So what's happening here with ChatGPT? Once you create your account, there's a lot of things that you can do. And again, these videos I was sharing you earlier can give you a lot of pointers to kind of give you some direction as to what to do to set things up. Because the more specific you are when you ask question to ChatGPT, the better it will be. And Tammy will cover that. It's also, it learns from you. The more you ask about certain topic, it's very intuitive. It's going to remember what you shared, what you asked before, depending on what context you're in, and it becomes better and better and better and more geared towards pointing to exactly what you want. And also, there's a lot of tips on TikTok. I find that if you search for tips for best ChatGPT responses, and you do that on a search on TikTok, you're going to have probably thousands of different little clips. And some of them are very clever. And you can do a little snapshot. And today you can actually cut and paste text from a snapshot and take it, and you can actually post it into your ChatGPT. I'll give you an example. So, and again, it's just, if I'm going too fast, don't worry. You can pause it and try it and do it again. Okay. If you noticed here on the side, you have all sort of different features. Okay. One thing that I suggest here is, if this is the paid version, by the way, you won't see that in the free version. Okay. The paid version, I believe it's around $25 US a month. So it might be a little pricey for some, and that's totally okay. You don't need to buy it. Everything I'm going to share with you today could be done with the free version. But the thing that I really like about this, for example, if you go into, let's see here. Let's see. Okay. So if I want to explore ChatGPT, there's a lot of different things that you can select from. For example, if let's say you're looking for writing, okay, and it's also that some of them may require for you they're going to give you some things for free. You know how it works, right? And they may say, well, if you want more, you have to pay. So again, this is entirely up to you. We're not saying you need to pay for anything. We're just guiding you on what is available to you. So you can see here in productivity, presentations, video AI, there's tons of stuff that you can, that it presents, lifestyles. You can see more. Write for me. I use this one a lot. It's pretty cool. I like to educate myself on equities and things like that. So these are search that I do. But the other point I want to share with you here is projects. For example, attributes of leadership. Now, we did a training on the VIP. This is the boss tree, the VIP that's available in your back office, which is optional for you to get if you want. That's extra trainings and so forth that we provide. And for example, what I did over here is I created this little project called Attributes of Leadership. And in instructions, I said certain things that I wanted as far as some basic things here, okay? And then project files, I say, well, based on this particular PowerPoint that I created before, and then I went ahead and started asking some questions or laying out a trainings or creating an outline training. So these are things that you can do. and ChatGPT will learn from you. And there's others that are a bit more specifics. For example, GBU back office training, right? I've done this. I've put some instructions over here. And then from there, I added some, I didn't add any files in this case. And then I turn around and, okay, so these are some of the trainings that you guys have seen. And I use ChatGPT to create a blueprint to give me a structure so we can provide professional information for you. Okay. So again, we can go on here. Let's see here. See, these are all past projects that I created. Success Cycle Series. This is a training that we created years ago, but I've used ChatGPT to provide a bit more information, right? So these are some of the details. You can see I was very specific over here. I did not have to add any files, and this is how I create my layout. So again, just kind of food for thought. That's over and above what we're sharing with you here today, but just wanted to share with you here. And then these are all my chats, and this is going on forever. I mean, everything, fixing my syntax, whatever it is that I'm looking for, a letter I needed to write. When my dad passed away, and I write a nice, it needs to be done in multiple languages. I asked ChatGPT to convert it into multiple languages, and it did an excellent job. And so again, folks, there's so much application that you can utilize from this incredible tool. Okay. Now, remember, I am using not the free version. So you can see that I have a lot more flexibility here, where if you're using the free version, it's very possible that a lot of these things will not be available to you. Okay. But again, our goal is, I mean, obviously, Tammy and I make actually nothing out of this. We're just telling you what we do, so you have a choice based on the menu that you want to choose and buy, or simply use based on what's available. Okay. Other than that, that's really basic, because ChatGPT is pretty intuitive, and Tammy's going to cover a lot of great grounds here. So Tammy, I'm going to turn this over to you. So I'm going to remove my screen, and I'm going to add yours. And then from there, I'm going to turn it over to you, and you can share whatever you feel is appropriate based on your timeline. Go ahead.
All right. And I'm going to be looking sideways because I have a couple of screens here going. And so what I do now is every single week, I have ChatGPT line up my emails going out. And Mondays, often on Mondays, I'll get them to do specific things. You can see here, I asked them to, let me go up a bit. This is what I asked ChatGPT, and you can go back to the recordings and you can screenshot this stuff, and you can do the same thing. I actually created a PDF document of this.
Hey, Tammy, I just want to share some feedback for the team. What you guys can do right now, just give you an example. You can do a screenshot of this. Mm-hmm. And today, I'm not sure with the PC, because I don't use a PC. I'm a Mac user, but I'm sure the PC has the same capability. When you do a screenshot, you can actually cut and paste the text. You don't have to retype everything. You can cut and paste the text and save it somewhere else for later, whenever your turn comes to create your ChatGPT content. So just back to you, Tammy.
Yeah, and I've been practicing a lot. Keep in mind, for me personally, coming into GotBackup, learning the lead capture system, I watched every single video more than once, because you learn as you listen to it more and more and more, to learn how to create the emails. And then, of course, I went into ChatGPT, and it got to know me a lot by me asking it certain questions and then guiding it to really where I want them to go with my emails. And what I'm noticing now more than ever is my click ratio, opening links, is much higher than it was when I was learning and growing. So keep that in mind as you're creating your content. Don't ever think that you're wasting your time. Okay. Working with ChatGPT, eventually they get so used to your style, your personality. Like Chris will put out the same thing in his words, and obviously he's going to get a totally different email system for his week based on what he wants to portray, right? When he's doing his emails. So for me, what's really important to me is I want to build relationship with these people because they don't know me, right? A lot of them don't know me. Some of them do, of course, and the ones that do are basically in the business. So the ones that don't know me, that I'm going through social media, or I've met them, total strangers. I've met them and they're in my database. This is getting to know who Chris and Tammy are. And so here's what I put out: create my emails from July 7th to 12th. Monday's email: share the value of our Got Backup product and biz. Make it inspiring and engaging. Tuesday, a reminder for Wednesday with our guest speaker, the owner of Got Backup, on Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday, create excitement for attendance with our special guest, July 9th, webinar presentation. My link for Wednesday night is, and I give my personal link to ChatGPT so it can create my link. And then Thursday, share a story of why we're so passionate about Got Backup opportunity. And it's got tons of information about Got Backup. I even gave them the Got Backup website. ChatGPT has our personal story and why we got started with Got Backup. So it's got all this information about Chris and I, about the company, about Joel, about anything that rolls out. I put it in because I want them to create really good, powerful emails. Often you're going to see the automated, you're going to see the lead capture system built in, you're going to see all of this stuff because I've already programmed it. Okay. And this is just practice, you guys. I've just been playing with it and seeing the results that I'm getting. My subject lines are getting much more powerful. And, so I'm kind of going off a little bit in tangent, but Thursday was to share our story and the lives that we're impacting as a team globally. Friday is Chris and my presentation. You might have your own presentations and that you're going to use your own links. Always make Saturday emails a wrap up because I want them to catch the presentations even if they miss them. I want to make sure that I have a link that they can go to watch a recording because often people miss presentations, right? Everybody's busy. So don't assume they've seen a presentation. All right. And then of course it responds to me. It tells me what it's doing. Absolutely, Tammy. Here's your complete email series for the week of July 7th to 12th. Each message includes engaging copy, relatable storytelling, strong call to actions, and your updated links. This week's theme highlights value, timing, global impact, and relationship building with a strong push to Wednesday and Friday presentations. Are you guys liking this so far? Just put a yes in the comment if you're learning something from
And
this.
while we're waiting for this, for your comment as a yes, Solomon, when it comes to security, we don't have the details on that, but I know that Leon mentioned the VPN. I use a VPN, not necessarily when I use ChatGPT, but I use it for a lot of different things. And a VPN will mask your IP address. You can even select different countries and so forth, and that way it kind of protects you that way. VPN is a good service that you can utilize. Okay. Just thought of mentioning that. Okay, so you got your feedback here, Tammy. Cool.
All right. So here's what they put out for me. And so Monday, July 7th, the
Tammy, we don't
subject.
see your screen anymore.
Oh, okay. Let me do this again. Your screen.
You got to be careful if you remove your. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share your screen again.
All righty.
And you know what it says, a little hide button there on the bottom right of your screen. It says stop sharing and hide. Just just click on hide. That will get rid of that little box on the bottom of your screen. If you don't see it,
Okay.
don't worry about it.
Stop
Okay.
sharing.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew.
Okay.
I knew
Sounds
that.
cool.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So here's what they put out for the week. Monday, July 7th. Can everybody read this?
I can see it.
Everybody can see it? Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, it
Okay.
takes about 10,
Because
15
I really don't have to read all of it, but you can see the subject line, one product, two big benefits. You'll want both. So creating that, oh my gosh, I got to have a look at this. I got to see what I'm missing, right? It's creating that sense of urgency. And then, what if one product could protect your data, your digital life, and create a new stream of income for your future? That's exactly what we've got with Got Backup. And that's why Chris and I are so excited to share with you. And then here's the benefits, the value, right? And then here, we've been in the industry 27 years. Like I told you, it knows us. So it's going to really build the stories around why we're so excited about this company. And I keep adding stuff. And I want to recently add some people that are doing extremely well and start promoting that in my next ones. Like I said, I'm still working on this stuff and building this out myself. And my clicks, I'm blown away on the clicks I'm getting now compared to, before, where I got hardly any clicks. People were opening, but they weren't clicking. So it's just practice. Okay. So we've been in the industry 27 years. We've never seen this kind of value and timing come together so perfectly. The world is moving toward digital storage at lightning speed, and we're early in the wave. And so it creates that excitement. Hurry up and get in, right? So click here to start your membership today. And I have my link. So when they click here, they're gonna go to my link. And the one that I put here was the gotbackup.com and the main page. And then I clicked on what's it called on the top there, Chris?
Let me just show
Packages.
them.
Yeah, show them the packages. I put my personal link for that.
Yeah. So let me just share my screen for a moment. I'm just going to remove yours. Okay. Okay. So what Tammy's referring to, I'm just going to log into my
Yeah,
account.
get started today. The one get started today triggers a link
Yeah.
that's personal
So
to you. Yeah,
exactly.
when you
So
sign
when
up.
you click on that, well, here we go. So when you click on that, you'll notice that it will add a few parameters here on the subject line, and it takes them right here. So they don't have to click anywhere. If you give them this link here, folks, this is some, oops. Okay, let's go back. Yeah, if you give him, for example, let me go back here to the main page. If you give him a page like that, okay, obviously your ID should be here. It's just extra steps for them to go through. What I recommend again is click this link in advance and give him that link. It takes them right there, and they can make a decision on the spot. So back to you.
Okay. You can also use View My Power Line. For those who want to do that one, you can create that link here, which is generic. When they go to View My Power Line, they have to put their email. They're in your system personally, right? So that way it's personalized to you. So you can use either or. I kind of play with it and see what's coming out of that with the clicks. So we'll keep you posted on the stuff that we're up to.
Now,
And
Tammy,
then
Bruce has a question here while you're doing this. Should you create 180 emails? Should I have chat do it weekly versus using 180 emails? Well, here's the thing. I don't know the content of your emails, and you might have done some amazing emails, Bruce. So we don't want to tell you not to do that by a long shot. That you have to make a decision. But the point here is in 180 days, that's 6 months, there's a lot that happens. It could be events, it could be thing. And the thing is, what Tammy is sharing is you want to drive people towards a certain event that can drive your business. For example, if you're buying leads from GotBackup that are offered to you, well, what's happening is these leads are yours forever. And the fact is, these emails could be the kind of information you want to filter towards these leads. Now, you can keep using your 180 emails.
Mhm.
It doesn't mean that you can add more emails in between those emails, right? So use your common sense. You don't want to overwhelm them, but I tell you folks that a lot of emails end up in people's spam but people from time to time will check their spam. And if your emails are often sent with good content, they may say, oh, wow, this is good stuff. That's in my spam. Let me put that on my inbox. And now they're paying attention to you a whole lot more. So again, just food for thought. Back to you, Tammy.
Yeah. So Chris, you can keep an eye on
Yeah, I am. I am.
the questions. There was a couple more.
How did you get that button? It's colored plus include emoji.
The system creates it. The ChatGPT.
Okay. You're talking about the if you go up on the July 7th, I mean, let's just go back to that link that we showed about earlier.
Oh, the link they're talking
Yeah,
about.
you talk about the emoji. When you cut and paste that text, I don't know, Tammy, if you're going to show that later, but if you cut and paste that text, the emoji will come with it. And you can keep the emoji. All you need to do is just assign to that particular, click here to start your membership today, the link that we're telling you to assign. Okay, Tammy, you got rid of your thing.
How does that happen?
I don't know if there's a timer. I don't know what's going on.
Maybe because I'm your guest, maybe.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, I'm going to show you because I did a couple of them in the lead capture system, so you can see what I did. I'll go through that after, but I literally copy paste from here. I copy paste. If I'm happy with what I'm seeing, that's when I go over to the GotBackup system and I start working and putting it in. And Chris and I are very systematic. We're very organized people. And we have a system of putting our emails together Sunday. I mean, if we have something family stuff planned, on a Sunday evening, then we'll obviously do it on Monday. But we try to get our emails done by Sunday so they're ready to go out on Monday, and so we're prepared in advance. I like to do them weekly because sometimes you want to switch things up. But I get what you're doing. I think what you're planning to do is have a whole series of emails where this is really specifically focused. I want to get people to the presentations. I want to get people looking at the recordings if they miss the presentations. That's my goal in this email system that I'm doing, that we're sharing with you and creating with ChatGPT. We've created emails for our system as well, like for the co-op leads. We've added some. We've always paid with a GotBackup. Chris and I, we believe in supporting a company for sure, but we also we learn and we add other emails. But this is specifically for presentations. Okay.
Yeah. And on that note, folks, just to mention, one of the reasons why we use StreamYard is because StreamYard creates a recording print of your event, of your session on a YouTube channel of choice that you choose, which obviously we're using the GVO channel. The point here is if you send an email to someone and they don't see the email for a week from now or a month from now, even a year from now, I know that seems far, but my point is when you click on that link, it is still an active link. It disappeared again, Tammy. So the fact here is if you use a Zoom presentation, it's awesome, but the problem with Zoom is often the link are dynamic. They're not static. In other words, they eventually become inactive. So once they're inactive, then that link won't work a week from now or the next day once your webinar is completed. Okay, so just to keep that in mind. So I know we're having this issue where Tammy's screen keeps disappearing. We'll just keep bringing it back as it goes. So carry on, Tammy.
Yeah. Okay. So there's that was Mondays. Mondays, a little bit of our story, and then Tuesdays, create excitement about adding it to your calendar. Our biggest guest yet, and that's the information. And then of course the link is there because it has my links already in the system, but I still double check just in case. And here we go. Wednesday is the evening of. I tend to do it 30 minutes prior, the evening of. And we put also from Canva, we created the flyer. Okay, I'm going to show you that. We can share this stuff with you as well. And I actually created a PDF for you of these 5 or 6 days so you can play with it and we'll figure out how we're going to do that. Maybe
Actually,
through the
we'll put them into the sorry, Tammy. We'll put them into the Facebook group of Got Backup, and we'll put them in there. So after the training is done here, folks, we'll put a reference to this training into the group, and at the same time, we'll have a reference to this PDF that you'll be able to download. And also, Tammy, what we could do is I can add a link to access the PDF from, for
That's a
example,
good
your
idea.
cloud right
Yeah,
into the comment section of this particular training. So we'll be doing this
let's do
after the
that
call today.
because we want to make sure that you have everything you need to build this out.
Yeah.
Because if every single one of us are doing this every single week and we train our team members to do this, the company is going to go into huge momentum. All
Well,
right.
our goals with these Saturday training is to pay it forward.
Of
We
course.
want you to have the information to be able to spread the news within your social network. Because the more of you do that, the bigger the company grows. The bigger the company grows, the better, the bigger the amount will be for your cycle value, right? So if the company turns around and goes from X amount of millions to hundreds of millions, you understand that that impacts every single one of us, or all our income grows. This entire company is connected. The more everybody succeeds, the more the company succeeds, the bigger the amount becomes in a cycle. So for the same amount of work that you've done, if the cycle value increases, your paycheck increases, not just yours, the entire company. So these trainings are really designed to pay it forward, to educate you, so you can educate your downline and grow. So back to you, Tabby.
Yeah. And Benjamin, that's really good that what you're sharing there, because I know that some people do get turned off with AI generated content. As ChatGPT gets to know you, it becomes more personal and you can switch up things. If you want to get rid of these check marks because it looks too AI generated, you can ask it to do whatever
Mhm,
you want, and then you can work with it to make it more personal. It's totally up to you.
mhm.
You can create your own. I mean, if you're a VIP member of Got Backup, you have the Vid Uber that you can create a video and you can put it right in there in the Vid Uber. You can do it right in the Vid Uber if you want to, and you can make it more personal where you're actually talking to them. The more personal your emails are, the better. People want to know you, they before they start putting out money, especially when it comes to social media. They want to know things about you. That's why in our signature on the bottom, we have our own chrisandtammy.com. So when people go there, they get to know who we are. We have podcasts, we have all of this stuff. But if you don't have that, then if you want to do a little video or make your content more personal, and the more you just get chat gpt to do that, ask them to make it more personal. They will. You want to make it more human like, just ask it. All
Tammy,
right.
I want to do an example of exactly. I did a search as you were talking, so let me show that to the audience as I'm doing this on my end here. I went in here now. Again, I'm using the paid version, and I said I put the word human over here, and you see here human rewrite. Right, write text into a natural human-like language without AI-like structure. Okay, so just some feedback, Benjamin, that they are flexibility. There's a lot of things that you can do to humanize your emails, because you're correct. Sometimes the AI will become, it's too perfect. It's like a robot that looks too perfect. It's not human like. It's not as attractive as a real human. I mean, again, that could be my opinion. My point in saying here is I get it, but there is options around that. But if you stay with the basic content of ChatGPT, of course, yes. And if it's not long, big stories, you might get away with it. When it gets large, that's when, yes, it could be a little bit AI like. But you can use other functions that will humanize your content. So back to you, Tammy.
All right. So there's Friday, and then Saturday I like to do a wrap up of the week with my leads, and let them know that there's a replay there. So there you go. That's this Saturday. You can screenshot this, or again, you can go back to the record and you can get this content. Chris is going to make that available through a link. And yeah, so I was asking it also to create 5 eye-catching with high open and click ratios for my Monday to Saturday emails. And I would, the way I was saying it, I wanted them to do 5 for each, but it did 5. It put out 1 for each. So then I had to ask it again. Here you can see I asked for different subject lines because maybe I want to keep the same one once in a while, and I just want to switch up the subject, right? So here's what it put out, and then I had to be more clear. Clarity is key, and then it popped out 5. So Chris, I can add that to the PDF document that you're going to give everybody.
Sure.
So they can play with that, and yeah. So that's basically what I do for my week. And then I go back and forth. So I go to my lead capture system, and under broadcast,
Just
one
be
thing I,
careful, Tammy, not to show emails. Otherwise, I have to edit this out because,
no,
like
I'm
the
not
last
showing
Saturday
any,
training, YouTube will cancel it.
no, I'm not showing any emails.
Okay, cool.
No. Okay, so in my lead capture system under broadcast, and these are the ones that are pending. All right, and then at the bottom, these are the sent. Okay, you can see my numbers here, and if I show numbers from the past, look. So I'm learning just like everybody else. And I like to share when I get results with something. So here we go. For what I did is I created my own email template for just regular, which is Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. I use this one. And then I copy the source code. And then I do a Chris and Tammy Wednesday presentation template. It's
Now, if you
already
don't
there.
know, sorry, Tammy, if you don't know what a source code is, we've done many, many trainings on email marketing systems. If you just search for that into the playlist, and you'll find exactly what Tammy referenced when she says the source code. Just go back because I know, Tammy, sometimes there's new people, they may not know what's going on. Back to you.
Yeah, and I created one because every once in a while Joel will come in and be a guest speaker on Wednesday. So I don't have to recreate and put the flyer in again. I'm realizing I'm saving time by doing this. So I did this week. I did one generic of ours. So if you look at the I here, just an example, all I have to do is put the subject line, put the body in from my ChatGPT. And here's our, I guess you got, what do you call that? A slogan, helping you build a life you love. And that's in all of ours. And then here's our information here for people who are part of our leads. So that's it. And we use the insert code. So I don't know if you guys want me to do one. I don't know if we have time, Chris. But what I did is I
Yeah, we have
started.
time. Go ahead.
Okay, I started 2 of them this morning. So I wanted to be prepared. So here was the Monday. And you can see I've already set it to send out on Monday at 12:45 p.m. I'm also playing with times, you guys, so I can see the click ratio on the different times.
And just so you know that when you specify the time with the software, it is central time. So keep
Correct.
in mind that if you are putting a time, keep in mind as if you're living in Texas, for example. And so, for example, for us, when Tammy puts here 12:45 p.m., that's central time. For us, it's 1:45 p.m. because we're in the East Coast, Eastern time. So just keep that in mind. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I'll just click on the I here because I've already got it prepared to go out. If I needed to edit it and change anything, I would go edit message. But here is the one that I showed you for Monday. So when I click on the I, there you go. This is the email itself. And there's the link. I always recommend to click on the link. Okay. And then you click on your link and you want to make sure that it's the right link that it's going to. Once everything is good to go, then you click the plus and it's going to put it in the queue to go out on July 7th, 12:45 p.m. Central. Click the plus.
Now, Bruce here just wanted some clarity. So, what you're saying, saving broadcast and share code from you, so you can pull it up in a broadcast over and over. I hope this is clear. So, in other words, he wants to confirm. So, what Tammy does is she saved them into her pending, and then what she does is she can copy the code from that email and reproduce it. Clarify, Tammy, if you need to add more.
Okay, so please show again how to make the link say different messages. I'm not sure what. You want to answer that one, Chris, or you want
Which
me to
one
go
are we
ahead?
talking about, Tammy?
Sean just asked a question. I don't know if you already
Please show again how to make the link say different messages.
Gender. Do you know what that? Maybe clarity on
I'm
that.
just going to interpret this
Oh,
is
call to action.
okay.
Okay. You can do that. You can make different call to actions. You can do whatever you choose. Please show again how to make the link say different messages, call to action. Okay, let's look at this one. So this was a Tuesday. So let me click on that. So if we look at so here's the link. I put the flyer in that which we created. You guys can have these. Chris is going to find a way to share this with you guys. And so anytime Joel is up, you can use that in your emails. And if I click on this here, if I click on this, you're going to see on the top, it's going to bring us. Oh, it's bringing us right to here. That's why. Okay. Let me go up. Oh, it's bringing us right to here.
You want to get rid of that window, Tammy, because you're going to have an echo right now. Get rid of that. Yeah.
Okay. I got lots of windows open here. So it brought us directly to this page. Okay. Through my link, the GotBackupTour.com. And then you got the codes, and then you got Freedom Formula, which is my link. Okay.
So Tammy, go into the body of the email. We just lost your screen share.
Oh, again? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Get rid of
okay. So go get rid of this and go in, click on the pen to open the email.
What do you mean?
Just get rid of this. Click anywhere outside of your page. Get rid of this.
Oh, I see. I got it.
Click on the pen. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it changes this when you click on
you can. I'll show you what you can do. Okay. So you see where the date is right now. So click send later. Click on that as if you're about to change the date and reselect the time. Reselect the time.
See. Okay.
Now it's good. I know the system doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah,
well,
you notice that,
right? Now, when you save it, it will maintain it.
Okay.
So if you go to the side, the body there, inside the body, okay. So for example, anything when you want to assign a link, scroll down wherever there's a link to click on, Tammy.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to show them that after.
Okay. So for example, select that, just touch it. Yeah. And then scroll back up and then select the icon. And that's how you assign the link.
Yeah,
you
right
see on
here.
the tent what Tammy's highlighting right now? That is where you place your link. And then when you click OK, that link will be assigned to that particular text. So I hope that answers the question that was there previously.
Oh, okay. So that's where the text to display, and then make sure that you put new window. So every time it goes to a link, you're not going out, it's just clicking on a new window.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's it.
Now, Bruce was
So
asking here that do you use the Powerline link? And if you do, when? I don't use the Power Link often myself, but Tammy, do you use the Power Link from time to time in your emails?
honestly, I'm playing with it, Chris. Like I'll do one once in a while with the power line, and once in a while I'll do just go directly to sign up, and I'm just playing to see what kind of results I'm getting.
Mhm. The
Yeah.
one thing about the power line, it's certainly a good strategy if it's worded correctly. We don't want people to think that all these people should have came in my downline because I signed up before them, because everybody in a company will sign people up, of course, and then when they sign people up, well, it's not going to be in your downline; it's going to be in their downline, which may not be part of the organization that you are part of. So, and that applies to everybody. Everybody would love to have 500 people underneath them after I signed up. That'll be a wonderful thing. But the reality is, if you're working in a team that's very active, yes, of course, you may see spillover. But the power line idea is the concept of the company is in momentum. There's a lot of people coming in, not necessarily under you, but under the company's organization, which are spread out throughout each individual associate based on their activities. So if someone turns around and sponsored 10 people, and whoever has happened to be part of that line of sponsorship will see these 10 people, but that's not going to happen to everybody. And first of all, Tammy and I, whatever we've built has been built from our work. We brought in our leadership, and our leadership has expanded and grown, and that's why we've built an organization. So never count on your upline to build it for you. That's a recipe for disaster. I'm not saying any one of you are thinking that way. I'm just saying that some folks do think that way, and you get discouraged saying, well, these people are not underneath me, then I'm not going to do this business. Well, folks, the world doesn't work that way, right? Everybody has to produce, and as we produce, obviously we all contribute to the greater good of whatever we're working towards. So it's a community, and the power line is a community. So I think it's important you word this correctly so you don't mislead your team. Back to you, Tammy.
Yeah. So I prepared the two for Monday and Tuesday. Always make sure you click on the bottom where it says edit so you don't lose anything. So this one is actually ready to go out. So while I'm training, I got two out. Fun. And I believe Benjamin had a question, Chris. And now I'm going to go and we're going to do Wednesdays. So what I'm going to do is I'm in broadcast now. I'm going to take the template that I created.
Now, Benjamin, in reference to with copying from ChatGPT to GBU, will it still have a spam protection? I've never had an issue with spam issues. Maybe because I
No,
tend
I
to
haven't.
humanize it. I'm not sure, but I've never had any spamming issue personally. Does that mean that my emails are going to end up in people's spam? It's very possible. Even Microsoft. I mean, I see Microsoft in my spam every single day. So the bottom line here is any company who promotes on a regular basis will end up in some people's spam. That's the reason where often it's good for you to send multiple emails. Make sure there's good content for people to see the value. And I know I have to check my spam from time to time because there's some good emails that end up in there that I need to transfer into my inbox. And the next time they end up in my inbox directly because my email system knows that I want to see those emails. So again, the spamming issue, it's a problem, but it's just part of life. And the more your subject are captured and the more frequent you send your emails, then people will capture your emails. And if you worry about people are going to unsubscribe from your list, that's fine. I mean, why would you want to keep sending an email to someone that's not interested in what you have to offer? So please go ahead and unsubscribe. but always done in a polite way, and always try to provide good content. You will find that people will stick around. They not only will stick around, but they may appreciate what you bring to the table.
All
Anything
right.
else? Mhm.
So I opened up my template for and these are pretty recent. So I opened this one up that I created, and if I go to the source code.
By the way, when Tammy was referencing a source code, that's exactly what she's showing right now. She's copying a source code from an email that she created.
All right. Okay, so now I am going to send broadcast.
So she's creating a new email.
We're going to pick who it's going out to. All right. Okay, so now we paste the code.
Boom, magic.
Okay, so now I don't have to recreate any of this stuff anymore. So now I'm going to go back to, what was it, Wednesday night?
You passed it. Yeah.
I'm going to add the subject. Now, if I wanted to insert the person's first name, let me do that first. Let me just, oh, I could have put it in after. It's not a big deal. First name, go. So if I put that there, oops, we lost a %. Make sure you don't lose these codes here. Okay. And then it's going to put their first name. We're live in 30 minutes with GotBackup's owner. Okay. So I personalized it. I did that for you. And then here, you can decide your fonts, the size, and you can play around with this stuff here. You've got bold. You've got your underline, if you want to underline a link, but ChatGPT did this for me. Anytime you want to insert a field, you go here. And okay, so let's just finish this off here. And I'm just going to copy this and replace some of the other stuff that I had there. See there we go. Copy. I like this. I'm going to keep the exciting news. Going to remove that. I'm going to paste and watch here because it goes, oh, it didn't this time. That's incredible. I guess I fixed that. Okay, so I want to change the color. I like this one. You can choose whatever you like. I want it to be 14. And I use Verdana. This is the one that I like. All right. Whoops. Okay. So that's it.
What about your font size?
I did my font size.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's all ready to go. So click here.
What about the date of delivery?
Oh, yeah. See, he's reminding me. Okay, so I want this one to go out on Wednesday. And it's 30 minutes prior to Eastern time. So that if the presentation is at 8, Central is 7. This is scheduled at 7. So it would be 6:30 that I actually want it to go out. So that would be 18:30
That's it.
and 18:30. So it's going out Wednesday, 18:30. Subject's done. Okay. Body's done.
And by the way, I think there's another carriage return right after the become a new member. Become a new member. It's too close to see you there.
Yeah.
Put another.
So you guys can play with this.
You're gonna delete. Yeah.
You can create spaces. I
It's
like
just
to have my
easier for the
spaces.
user to read. Yeah. When things are too tight,
Mhm.
they tend to not read it. They skip
Yeah,
it.
but it often it doesn't go exactly the same. So let's look at this. I need a space here.
Maybe after if you ever wonder.
Yeah.
We have about 5 minutes left, Tammy. Just so
Okay. So you guys, you can play with it.
and
Okay.
if you ever wonder, put another space above it.
Where?
The if. Just to separate those two lines. If you ever wonder is too
Okay.
close to that. Yeah. Okay. You can actually, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, just play with it. And then ChatGPT, it should have created my link. So I do want to double check. There you go. My link is there, but you have to put your link. And I want to make sure that it opens a new window. Okay. So that's done. And then this one here. Are you guys getting some good stuff out of this? And
Nope. Your screen disappeared.
okay. Hold
You have
on.
to share your
I'll go
screen
back.
again.
Yeah. I'm just checking to make sure my link is good. Yeah. Okay.
We lost your screen share.
No, I know. I
Okay.
was just checking my link, which
Oh,
they
okay.
don't really, they got their own links. So, all right. So I want these to have a color to stand out, my links. So we need to, I like this one. You can do whatever you like. I wish we had the GotBackup color one. I guess this is standard. There we go. So there are my links. If I want to make my links a little bit bigger to stand out, I can make them a little bigger to stand out. Oops, where am I going? All right, so just play with it. If you like it, you keep it.
We
And
lost
then
your screen share again, Tammy.
Oh my God.
I don't know why this is going on, but we'll figure this out later.
Maybe because I'm the guest.
I don't know, because when I do calls with Joel, it doesn't happen. So I don't know.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
We'll figure
strange.
this out later.
Okay,
Okay.
so you can
know,
see that it's here and it's going out on Wednesday at 6:30 Central Time. And so a half an hour before the presentation, which is an hour difference. And if I click on the eye, there we go. A little bit too much spacing, but
can fix
I'll
that.
play with that. But you have an idea, right? How you want to work this. And that's it. So when I fix what I want to fix, I just press the plus. That one's ready to go out. And then I'll go on to Thursday. All right. So any questions about any of this you want to, yeah.
So let me just see. You can create more questions to learn how to really become more successful. Yeah, certainly, Bruce. Thanks, Bexy. Great feedback. Rita. Yeah. Okay. Good. Good stuff. Thank you, Rita. Okay, guys. So at the end of the day, this is a recorded session. I apologize for the screen disappearing. I don't know exactly why that happens. We'll figure this out a little later. But the content is there, and folks, I really recommend that you do your homework. What I mean by that is just follow through with what we shared. All the links that was referenced in this, like the PDF that Tammy talked about, as soon as she sends me the version she wants to add a bit more content, I'm going to put it into our cloud storage, ChatGPT, excuse me, into our GotBackup cloud storage, and we'll create a link and we'll make it available into the comment section of this training. And also, I will post that training into the Facebook group of GotBackup. Okay. So thanks a lot, guys. Awesome feedback. Thank you very much for attending. We really hope that you're going to take action on those. We really believe that if there's a mass amount of people that start learning how to utilize their email, that way you will really benefit from the results. Okay. So everybody, thank you so much, and have yourself a great rest of the weekend. I know that it's Independence Day on Friday, so it's Independence Day weekend. Last weekend it was Canada. This weekend is the United States. So enjoy yourselves with your family and barbecue and so forth. And we look forward to our next session. So this Wednesday, Tammy and I will be presenting with Joel. It's always fun. So make sure that you don't show up alone. Bring your team, and you'll benefit from a wonderful presentation and a week presentation.
Yeah,
Have a
and
good
next
one.
Saturday is Joel, I think, Chris. Joel's going
Yeah.
to be part
Yeah,
of
Joel
next
should be.
Saturday
I think
as
there's some
well.
flyers that are ready to go, and we're having a virtual event next Saturday. There might be some announcements. I don't know all the inner details, but a lot of exciting things here, folks. So again, show up with your team so we can get some momentum going under you. Have yourself a great rest of your weekend, and bye for now.
Have a great weekend.